I've been in business over 20 years, and certainly that granted me a certain degree of success, a certain degree of freedom. Uh, but that came with great trials, tribulations, and sacrifice. Success to me, in my opinion, is just a combination of failures that you endure without giving up. It's impossible to keep hitting a tree in the same place and that tree not fall. It's just most people when they're pursuing things, pursuing passions, the difficulty factor attached to anything of value is usually what break people before they get to experience what most of us like to call success. Success is not a destination; it's a state of mind. It's leaving a place of scarcity and tapping into a world of abundance. It's a change of mindset. That's when success starts, when you realize that everything is abundantly available to you. So as I sit here, since my last day in Phuket on Patong Beach, and I was just thinking, man, about some of the things I wish I knew when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, that I know now that I'm much older. And I wish somebody would have shared these things with me. So I'm taking the time now to share that with you.
Big homie talking.
One of the first things I think as a young man, you should understand that time is more valuable than money. And a lot of people, when they're young, tend to believe they got time to do the things that's necessary to be done to be a successful and productive man, which is very untrue. You can always make more money, but you could never get your youth back. This is the most prime time of your life, man, where you got to be making yourself available for the things your heart desire. It's the best time to start that business is now. The best time to pursue your passions is now. The best time to read that book is now. What you don't learn at an early age is going to cost you year after year until you get that information. I wish I would have learned investing early in life. I wish I would have learned compound interest early in life. That's something that's very important to understand because most of us are looking for a quick, fast dollar, but it's the slow pace starting at a young age that'll make you wealthy, man. But you got to understand financial literacy, and they don't teach that in school. But you got to have an appetite for information. Never think you have more time than you do. In fact, most of you, even though you're 20, even though you're 25, even though you're 28, you behind where you should be in life right now because you've been wasting time. You got to lock in and focus, man. They say the older you get, the wiser you get. Nothing could be more true. And as a man, you live and you learn. Unfortunately, many of us are missing information that we deserve to learn earlier in life, which can help advance us and keep us from making the same mistakes so many before us have made. Your habits define your future. Your habits define your character. Your habits define who you are. What you do on a day to day basis is the sum total of the man you're going to be in your future. Healing is more important than hustling. Sure, making money is very important to increase your value as a man, but healing is far more important to increasing your value as a man. We have to take the time to learn ourselves. We have to take the time to learn what ill affect us internally and how many of those things that ill affect us are rooted in our childhood traumas. There's a lot of things that hurt us in our younger years, even from a very early age of one and two and three. And in fact, sometimes even in the womb, we've been affected by things that still ill affect us today. It's very important to learn yourself. It's very important to study those traits about yourself that's holding you back, man. Admitting those facts and healing is very difficult to progress just with money alone when you're mentally not stable, man. That's why so many people become successful and crash out or commit suicide because the money didn't help save them. They needed some healing from within, man. So work on yourself internally, heal from the things that hurt you, man, and learn to be independent of other people. Attachment is always at the root of all suffering, man. Once you detach, which was one of my biggest issues coming up, man. I would attach to people far beyond the relationship should have lasted. It became difficult to walk away, uh, but I learned to heal, man. Stop trying to save people. Stop trying to save people. It's not your job. God help those who help themselves. And so one of my mentors told me, or used to tell us rather, uh, that if you ever break down on the side of the road, never just sit in the car because you don't know how to work on a car. He said, always pop the hood and get out and just tap around and act like you know what you're doing. Because he said it's less likely that someone will come and help you if you're just sitting in the car. But if people see you trying to get your car back started, they're more likely to come and assist you rather. Always do something for yourself. Even if you don't know what to do, find something to do. Act like you got motion. Never be still in life, and people always willing to help somebody who's trying. Just show up, man. Just go around people who got a lifestyle you want. And if you can get access, remain around. It's not always about the money, just that access, just being able to watch people move. Anybody that let you look over their shoulders, you learning from them, man. And those things are priceless, man. Most people you see in a horrible predicament, be it financially or whatever, uh, they're there because they want to be. Nothing is worse than a person that refused to get up every day and at least try to do something to help themselves. I would tell people, man, if I needed help, my light's probably already off. I got too much pride to ask somebody to do something for me that I should, as a man, be able to do for myself. And I'm not even saying that's a good thing, because I got people who would do things for me just because of my character. They know I'm not a beggar or a bum. But that's the point I'm trying to make. When people know that you're willing to get up every day and try, nobody have a problem helping you. But people that you see not doing anything productive on a day-to-day basis, stop trying to help them, man. It's not your job. Help those who you see on your journey that's trying to help themselves, man. And you'll know the difference. But be very wise in that decision. Pay attention to character. Most people are not who they pretend to be. Most of the time when you meet people, you're meeting a representative of them. We live in a very dirty, dirty world, man. And in particular, when you're choosing a woman, pay attention to character. Does she have the characteristics of somebody that can be the mother of your children? Huh? Or does she just look good? Is she just fine? Do she do sexual things that make you not want to leave her, make you just want to be with her so nobody else can have her? That's a horrible way to choose a mate. Pay attention to her character, her traits, the things she do when nobody's looking. Who is she when she's not around you? Watch the patterns, man. Character is everything. Because most men don't really learn who that woman is really until the relationship is over. Then she begin to let you see her real character, man. Study people, learn people. And when you see red flags, do not ignore them. Be it your mother, your brother, your sister, whoever it is, pay attention to character. Loneliness and solitude are not the same thing. Most people don't know how to be alone. That's why many people suffer from attachment issues. Loneliness just means you're in bad company. You have to work on yourself to the point where being alone, being in solitude is a gift, not a curse. One of my best places to be is alone with myself. I had a psychology professor who said to us our first week in school, he said, you have to learn how to entertain yourself with your own thoughts. Solitude is what makes a man. When you know you can do it alone, everything else that comes in your life is just a bonus. And that's the only way it ever should be. I got married at the age of 23. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. And I'm definitely not saying it's a good thing. It is what it is. But at that young age, I didn't even know what it was like being an independent man on my own. I grew up and jumped right into a relationship, living with a woman, and for 12 years was in a marriage. But I never knew who I really was because I never took time to be in solitude, to live alone, to be alone, to see who I really am, what I really like and what I really don't like. I spent my whole early 20s adjusting my life to fit around a woman and later children before I really got to know myself. Solitude and loneliness is not the same thing. Learn how to be alone. Stay in a solitude state until you're very comfortable in that state. And that's one of the main keys to winning in life. Peace is a greater goal than status. something I really wish I knew in my younger days. It's important that your life is set up based around peace and eliminate all chaos and confusion that come in your life from an early age. Status is cool. We all want money. We all want nice things, and you should. Uh, but peace should always come first. I don't want it if it have to disturb my peace. I don't want a customer, a client, or do business with anybody for money that disturbs my peace. Peace is always more important, man. If somebody moving funny, giving me bad vibes, bad energy, I'd rather remove myself from the equation no matter what benefit I can get from that situation because my peace is more important. Don't put yourself in a position you have to do things on the back end when you already saw on the front end that this ain't gonna end well. Choose your peace at all times, man, and that way you don't have regrets later on in those toxic relationships. You got to see it before you can be it. Whoever you want to be in life, whatever you want to do, you got to see yourself as that person. There's no way around it. As a man thinking, so is he. If you want to be a successful business owner, if you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, or whatever you want to be, you got to wake up every day and put those shoes on before that position even come to you. You got to walk like you got to talk like you got to adapt to that lifestyle mentally. That's the only way you ever put yourself in the shoes in the physical realm. That's the only way you can manifest that type of reality because you can always already see yourself doing it. Most people don't pursue goals, dreams, and ambition because they can't see themselves being bigger than who they are and what they are at the moment in their life. Most people just don't dream big enough. We don't think enough of ourselves that we can see ourselves up out the current condition that we're in. Most people just happy selling and getting by, but you always got to look in the mirror and know it's more to you than what you see, man. It just take work. It just take you getting up, putting in the work to help manifest the vision of who and what you want to be. Always focus on yourself. Always focus on being greater today than you were yesterday. That's how you manifest your dreams. You got to see it, man, before you can be it. Your circle determine the direction your life is going in. The type of people you hang around on a day-to-day basis determine the sum total of your life. You want to know who you are, study the people that are around you. Study the people that you're attracted to, the circle of people that you attract in your life. That's a direct reflection of who you are. And if you look at the people in your life and they're non-productive, if you look at the people in your life and none of them are on things that's in the direction that you say that you want to go in, then you're lying to yourself. Once you evolve in life, you will not tolerate the wrong type of people around you. Once you evolve in life, you will only tolerate people who going in the same direction as your dreams, goals, and ambition. That's how you grow in life, man. Each one teach one, man. Men sharpen men like steel sharpen steel. So if your community of brothers and homies that you hang with is not sharpening you on a day-to-day basis, is not checking you on a day-to-day basis when you want some bullshit, is not giving you guidance and insight and new information to grow, something is wrong with your circle. In fact, if you hanging around a group of men, there should be some finances talked about at some point. There should be some money made amongst you, man. Otherwise, what are y'all doing together? Study the circle of people around you every day and eliminate any and everybody that does not serve benefit. People that's leeching off of you, people that backbiting and slanderous. You know what type of people around you, man. You know who should even have access to you. And you can't afford to continue letting them have access to you, man. Not only is your finances or your healing and getting your mental stability right some of the greatest wealth you can add to your life, but your health is a top priority. What good is it just to achieve financial wealth and not take care of your physical health? Uh, a lot of men, as we age, always drop the ball. Uh, uh, we didn't create habits in the younger days of our life to focus on our health as much as we should. So you see most older men out of shape. Men in their 40s and 50s having surgeries and dealing with things that they can barely function, walk, back surgeries, neck surgery, uh, uh, It's almost expected now because we don't put health as a priority. It's almost common now to hear men on multiple medications in their 40s and their 50s and older. Uh, but that's only because in our 20s and 30s, we didn't take care of ourselves. We didn't take care of our health, man. You got to work out. That's not optional. That's mandatory as a man. Your health is that important. You got to do some form of exercise on a day to day basis. Not only does it affect your physical, it affects your mental as well. And it's very important to your well being. And you got to eat right. You got to study food, man, and learn what food is aiding your body and what food is killing you with slow death, man. Most of the foods in this country is not good for us. And each day, each week, each month, it's getting worse because they're tampering with not only the meats and the snacks and the sugary items, but even the fruits and the vegetables are being attacked now. So we have to be vigilant and learning about food, learning about wellness, and learning about health, man, because health will always be one of our greatest assets. Who want to be 50 and 60 and 70 with a lot of money and bad health? You can't do a damn thing. You can't travel. You can't enjoy life. You just got money to leave to somebody else because in your 20s and 30s, you treated your body like shit. In your 20s and 30s, you didn't take care of yourself. So I do realize there's a lot more things that I would rather discuss uh, on this topic. I realize it's many, many things that I want to explore deeper. So we'll call this one part one and we'll return with part two soon. Big homie.
Big homie talking. Pull up, little bro, take a seat. Wipe that hate off your face, clean your feet. We talking grow, we talking grace. Now just diamonds, chains in the case. I seen chalk on the concrete, mamas in tears. I done walked through the smoke, I done lost peers. You think you hard cause you clutch on a piece. I was you, little homie, almost died in these streets. I ain't here just to judge, I came to invest. Pushing you to push yourself, get that weight off your chest. Hit the gym, hit a book, hit your knees, say a prayer. If you tired of that pain, you can't stay way back there. You a king, little bro, not a crash for the block. They gon' trade you for a t-shirt, then the love gon' stop. I'm talking savings, talking stocks, talking owning your spot, talking leading with your spirit, not the heat in your sock.
It's that OG talk.
Better listen up close, put that pride to the side, let me water your growth.
Yeah, we came from the mud,
but we chasing that gold, body, mind, and the soul. Gotta all get swole.
it's that OG talk.
From the scar to the crown, I'm tryna lift you up, not hold you down. You say you wanna be a man, gotta stand on truth. Big homie got game, but it's on you.